Hey everybody. So now that you've seen my orange Socotel S63 from 1975, I did mention that I had a blue one, and I wanted to go ahead and show it to you and make a video. So this is a blue Socotel S63, and I think this one is also from 1970. Let's see. This one's 1971, and this is from the made in the 15th of September 1971, made by HPF 74 Bun V, as I mentioned in that other video with the orange Socotel 63. You'll notice that it has a different type of dial bezel here. I'm not talking about the surround, but I'm talking about the inner bezel right below the finger wheel. And you'll notice that it's white, and it's basically the older style dial bezels that are also found on the older Bakelite U43, the model U43. Some of these Socotel S63s were equipped with dials with this type of bezel. This one happens to have that. And of course the other models, or the other ones that are blue, are going to have the matching color of the rest of the phone. But this one happens to have this type of bezel. It's what it came with. I'm not sure if the dial was replaced or they were just using up parts of what they had before they transitioned to the matching colored ones. Couldn't find any history about that, but this is just what it happens to have. So I got this, I think I'm trying to think, 2016, if I'm not mistaken. And I never made a first video of it, so I decided, let's go ahead and do a video of it. And you'll see that it's in good shape. Most of these telephones, just like the Concord Blue GPO 706 and 746s, these were prone to heavy discoloration. This one had actually survived. It didn't get any discoloration on it. I guess whoever had it before, or was, had rented it, for regular use over in France, had kept it in a spot where there was no sunlight or fluorescent lighting. So this phone is well preserved. And just like the orange one and most Socotel S63s, it is equipped with the mother-in-law receiver, watch receiver, or the extra receiver, whatever you're used to calling it. And the cords are still in good shape. You can see there's no discoloration. There's a bit of there was some sticky stuff on this cord when I was looking at it right here. I think it was from when I packed it away when I was moving. It got on there. And it still has its original plug, and this looks like, I like to call these, instead of pronged plugs, they look more like slats. They have 6 slats on them. And you'll see that it has the PTT on it as well. There's no breaks in the cord either, which is very nice. So I'll give you a close look here. When I got this phone, before I restored it, it did not originally have any number card. So I scanned a number card that I already had on another Socotel S63 and cut it out to fit on here. So this was actually printed on regular printer paper, and I just cut it out. So yeah, under this is equipped with a metal, it's like a metal cover that keeps the dust out, and it also keeps the number card in place and flat. And it's spinning well. It's a lot quieter than the one on my orange. And then I mentioned on the dial surround This one has a bit of a similar font, but if you refer back to the orange one, the 0 was actually rounded. It was more of a goose egg shape. This one's a bit squared out, and the numbers are a bit squared out on this model. So I'm guessing this is like the really early bezels. You can see this is loose. There's a clip on here that actually had broken off, so it's not on very securely. It won't fall off, it's just loose on the bottom. But as I mentioned, I think the really late 1980 model with the rotary dial, they were boxy, but they had like sharp edges on the numbers. So these are a bit more rounded, but they're still kind of squared out a bit. There was some stuff here. I forgot what that was from. I think there was a sticker and the residue just dried out on there. I couldn't get it off. Here's the handset. Nothing any different about this phone other than that it's a blue model. One thing I noticed on the later models is that these plungers are a bit different on the later models, and they stick out a little bit further. These early models, they seem to kind of come out maybe just halfway. That's just the way they're constructed. Closer look at the watch receiver, extra receiver. And again, I apologize for the dust. I put the little Swiffer thing on it to get the dust off. Okay. Oh, it's not going to behave for me today. We'll deal with that later. Here's the other side of the phone. Then I'm going to show you the bottom of it again. This one has the same type of ringer with the two different bells, and they have the little, actually I think they cut out a notch of these bells, and they had it so that, or I don't know if they cut them out or the way they made these bells, but that little part sticking out there is actually part of the bell. So if I were to flick it a bit, you'll hear the little dinging sound. Same thing with this one. This one's the lower pitched. So what you do is you could turn these, and this would basically silence the bells. And then to adjust them back, they're spring loaded, so that's how you can actually do it. Without it, they would kind of be really loose on the inside. So that's how you would adjust those bells. And I'll give you a better look at the label here. So you can see the top line, HPF 74 Bonne Vie, and then Propriété de l'État PTT, property of the state, Socotel S63. I'm not sure what the post BC code means. Maybe it's like a batch number or something. I'm not sure. Then you have the date in which it was made here. 1971, so this is a pretty early model. I've yet to find a 1960s model, but as I said, these were made from 1963 up until 1985, and they did have the push button version. I believe the early ones were not DTMF, they were still pulse dialing, and I think the later models, they had ones where you could convert the housing here. This could be taken out, and you could put the little insert for the number, the keypad with the holes for each button. And then the later models were, I think they were all like that, but I think the earlier models could be converted. Later models were already constructed that way. I can't remember. I've never had a push button one. I don't know. But yeah, so kind of more rambling on this video because I kind of looked up on the history of the Socotel S63 and kind of scripted it out, You could probably tell I was a bit more organized in what I had to say. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to demonstrate, the functioning of the telephone. So we will be right back. So I'm going to pick up the handset for you, and we'll do the usual BB dial tone. You can hear a bit of static. Probably need to. That's better. And then we'll do the watch receiver, so I have it with me. And let me dial a few numbers for you. Actually, before we do that, let's do... Okay. Okay, and let's get the phone ready. Thank you very much for watching this video, and more videos are to come. Thank you, and have a great day.